All right. All right. We live on my laptop. What is good, family? Just been watching this whole number 45 clockwork orange labeled white identity extremist terrorists unfold in a matter of 48 hours. It's funny how this guy was sending out, these pipe bombs to all these Democratic folks on the liberal side, and they found this guy within 48 hours because um, I'll tell you why they found him so fast. Because the packages originated from Opelika, which has a major distribution center, which is in Miami. All right. Now, the headquarters for the FBI is in Miramar, Florida, right off of I-75. All right. So FBI was right on it immediately, and they caught the guy within a matter of 48 hours because originally the packages were they caught limb of the packages Wednesday, around Wednesday, and 48 hours Friday they apprehended the guy. So much to talk about with this guy, right? Um, as you guys come on in the room, please smash the like button. Uh, I'm on my laptop right now because I got my other son on my computer playing Fortnite. That's what it is when you got kids, man. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about this, man. This white identity extremist. And here's a couple things, right? Of course, on the conservative side, they're trying to denounce this guy as white. He's not. They're trying to say he's not white. He's clearly white. Okay, he's technically classified as white, quote unquote, Latino, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. But if you look at his arrest record, he's classified as white, a white male. And even the mainstream media said it was white male. The MSNBC, the CNN, the Foxes. He's white. All right. So he's a white identity extremist, terrorist. Um, I was able to look at before they shut down his social media Twitter, he had some crazy Twitter posts on Twitter, man. Crazy stuff. What's good, Carlton Wade? Philmon Tawoldi. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right. All right. Shout out to you guys in the room again. Smash the like button as you guys come in the room. That'll help me out as I continue to do these live streams to get more used to them and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I heard about that film, man. They're trying to. The conservatives, man, they're doing their best to spin it and change the narrative. Oh, even Trump. He okay. And Trump said on his Twitter account, he said originally before the guy was arrested, he said, "What's going on with all these bombing stuff?" Bombing stuff. So he didn't take that shit seriously. All right. You knew everybody knew that the targets were all on the liberal side. The Bill Clintons, the Hillary Clintons, right? The George Soros of the world. He was attacking deliberately everybody on the Democratic side. This is behavior that's enabled by all of his white supremacist rhetoric that he spews during these white power KKK rallies that he goes around the country. Again, he speaks the language of a white supremacist. So he's enabling these guys who and this guy Cesar Sayoc, right? Come to find out, when I was checking out his Twitter account, I'm just going by what's on his profile page. He said that he was a pro wrestler. He also said that he was a stripper. Yeah, that's what it said on his profile page. A pro wrestler, a stripper, and a bodybuilder. That was on his profile page. I should have did a screenshot of that. But I thought that was funny, man. I mean, Trump brings out he brings out so much damn weirdos, man. So many weirdos. It's just crazy. But when I saw, I was like, man, this had to be Florida. The state where I live, it just had to be Florida. You know, but of course, there's all kinds of footage of him going to these planned rallies by Trump. He saw his van that had all the Democrats with targets and you know blowing up Democrats and all that stuff on his van. I never saw it in person, but I'm seeing pictures of it. I saw a post by Billy Corbin. Shout out to him talking about um, I believe, but based on what I read from his Twitter post, that he or one of his colleagues reported the van to the FBI in South Florida. So that's some good stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, they caught wind of that because of the fact that the mail packages originated from the mail distribution center in Opelika, and FBI, which is headquartered in Miramar, Florida, caught wind of that and arrested that guy within 48 hours and arrested him at a auto zone. I don't know what he was getting at an auto zone. Maybe he's trying to build more bombs and shit like that. He probably was. He probably was. Appreciate you guys joining the room. What's good, Joe Jackson, IDK, Aslan, peace, brother. Appreciate you guys joining. Like I said, I just want to chop it up with you guys and talk about this damn white identity extremist terrorist known as Cesar Sayoc. This guy is in his 50s. Um, Turns out he was living with his mom after his house got foreclosed. He, again, like I say, he's a male stripper, according to his profile page, a male stripper and um, a pro wrestler, um, and obviously a nutcase. I don't want. Well, you know what's going to happen with the media, right? They're going to spin this. They're going to spin this and say that this guy had mental health issues. And this is innate, normalized behavior coming from a guy like Trump, who enables this behavior. He coddles this behavior, enables it, and ignores it. Again, when he tweeted out, "This is bombing stuff." You know what I'm saying? Bombing stuff. And did y'all see the Young Black Leadership Summit? When I first saw that conference, I was like, "Is this for real?" All these black dudes wearing these MAGA hats. After all this shit that's happening with these bombs, these mail bombs and stuff like that, and there's a neo coon rally for Trump, a neo coon mega hat rally. Well, all these black folks in a room waiting for Trump to. I was like, man, that's I'm in a twilight zone, but it's reality, man. I mean, like I said, man, Clockwork Orange, he has a way to enable not only weirdos but closet coons. He brings out, if you're a closet coon that you don't really say shit, you're covert about, thinking that the white man's gonna save you and trying to get them to accept you and stuff like that. If you're covert and quiet about it, Trump speaks a language that enables the coon to come out of you. I love the white man. I love Trump. I don't care if he's racist. He's for me. He's for black people. It brings it brings that out of these people, man. It's crazy that it is what it is, man. This is the society that we live in today. This is beyond crazy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Donald Hitler presidency has emboldened these KKK identity extremists to carry out these terrorist attacks. These coups are something else, man. Yeah, they are, man. That was a neo coon convention for real. Like, I just don't recall seeing anything like that recently. That makes me scratch my head. Like, what? Really? a young black leadership summit to support Trump and these so-called black Republicans wearing MAGA hats. Like, there's got to be some kind of Dave Chappelle skit. Literally, this is a Dave Chappelle skit or Key and Peele skit. If those guys, if those guys were doing, skits, man, it would be hilarious. Saturday Night Live is trash, boring ass show. But if Dave Chappelle or Key and Peele was doing these damn skits, they have a field day with that damn segment, man. But I was like, God, it's just like a damn skit to me. It was crazy, beyond crazy, man. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to address this guy's makeup. This guy Cesar Sayoc Jr. and the fact that, of course, he was a staunch Trump supporter, went to his Klan rallies, wearing, anti-democratic, anti-black, just racist rhetoric that he supports. Um, there's posts of him calling people like Cory Booker, um, people like Cory Booker and um, some other folks on the Democratic side, niggers and stuff like that, or supporters of niggers. So he was a blatant, overt white supremacist. And like I said, these Republicans, these so-called Republicans, are trying to spin it. Yeah, Maxine Waters as well. He called her a nigger. But these conservatives are doing their best to try to spin this and say, "Oh, he's not white, so therefore he can't be a white supremacist." No, he is white. He's very much white, and he is a white supremacist, and he's a terrorist. Don't say no otherwise. Don't try to soften the blow by saying he has mental health issues and stuff like that. No, he is a terrorist, and he is treated as such because the FBI was obviously they apprehended the guy. So he is definitely a terrorist that was enabled by Trump, who hasn't denounced this guy, is not denouncing this type of behavior that's at his Klan rallies. Um, this guy goes to the Trump Klan rallies and is encouraged to, you know, carry those signs with anti-democratic, anti-black, imagery on those posts and stuff like that. Um, and again, this is enabled, protected, coddled behavior from guys like Trump who bring this kind of atmosphere at his, I like to call, Klan rallies. Because that's what they are. They're white power Klan rallies that he goes around and spreads his ideology and his rhetoric to these folks who are weirdos, complete weirdos, neo coons, and closet racists, closet white supremacists that bring out their true feelings. Now they become overt neo coons and overt white supremacists because of Trump's rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the society we live in today. You know what I'm saying? That's the complete society we live in right now. Um, but like I said, family, smash the like button. That's hit room. A couple other things I want to point out also regarding this guy. Let me see here. Yeah, because they said, okay, they're saying that he has an arrest record, right, going back 30 years. So now here's the thing, right? I'm in Florida, and I'm not sure exactly about his criminal, as far as what he has in his criminal record, because they said that he has an arrest record going back 30 years, right? Now listen to this, right? He has an arrest record going back 30 years, which means he has convictions, he has arrests, he may have some felony convictions on his record. I'm not sure, but he may have some felony convictions. Now, He's a registered Republican. So if he has, and that's a big if he has felony convictions on his record, how is this guy still able to vote? When we know in the state of Florida, they're doing voter suppression by making sure classified have a felony conviction cannot vote. So this guy is a registered Republican living in the state of Florida, has an arrest record for 30 years, right? He has an arrest record for 30 years, and he may have some felony convictions that I'm not 100% sure of. But if that's the case, how is this guy able to vote? Right? That's a huge red flag. And that not only that is a blatant blatant way of exhibiting white privilege. If that is the case, if he has a felony conviction on his record, how is this guy still able to? Right? That's the question I have. That's a big question I have. So, you know, yeah, exactly. You know, sounds about. That's the question I have. More information comes out about this guy, in terms of what kind of arrest records that he have and how many felony convictions does he have and is it still on the books? Hey, we got a lot of questions about that. A whole lot of questions about that. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, they're doing their best to soften the blow of this guy. Obviously, this kind of behavior coming from a Klan rally that's enabled by Trump. This behavior is encouraged. Um, Obviously, this behavior is coddled. It's protected, and all of these white identity extremists at these Klan rallies, they're terrorists. They kill people or want to kill people in order for them to spread uh, the white identity extremists and white supremacist ideology. They want to rule with an iron fist. That's what I tell you, especially black folks. Black folks, we always want to look for acceptance and equality. While the dominant white society, all they want to do is dominate and rule. So this guy wanted to eradicate the Democratic Party, even though the Democratic Party is pretty much almost all wiped out in terms of what's in the office right now. You got Trump, Trump and his administration mostly on the Republican side. But this guy, this lunatic guy, well, I should say lunatic. That's just regular behavior. It's innate behavior. Cesar Sayoc, this guy had no issue trying to eradicate the whole entire Democratic Party, and just to make sure that everybody on the liberal side is wiped out clean, so that the white supremacist ideology of Trump is completely dominant. That's the way white supremacists think. They think about dominate quality, not acceptance. They don't care about acceptance. They don't care about equal rights. They want to dominate and rule. That is the mind state of a white supremacist. Dominate and rule. They don't care about equality. They don't care about acceptance. And that's the problem with black society. We're looking for acceptance and looking for equality, and when that's not the answer. When our oppressors think otherwise, completely otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. I'm watching news right now also. It says Trump wouldn't admit his harsh rhetoric is a problem. He's not going to admit that. Trump wouldn't admit his harsh rhetoric is a problem. He has a white supremacist, like I said, a white supremacist talk and rhetoric throughout his Klan rallies, and he will never denounce this kind of behavior at his Klan rallies. All these signs and all these people wearing this, anti-black and democratic garb that they exhibit at these Klan rallies. he doesn't care about. That's what empowers him, and that's what gets his audience. I mean, his base. That's what keeps his base stronger. Huh? And this is the state I live in, Florida. Florida is a state that voted for Trump. They voted for this guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset of these white supremacists, man. Like I said before, they just want to dominate and rule. They don't care about equality. They don't care about white acceptance whatsoever, man. So it is what it is. Let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat section. Donald Hitler presidency emboldened these cracker identity extremists to carry out these terrorist attacks. We need to arm ourselves because we are in a race war, and it has been going on since our ancestors have been kidnapped from Africa and brought to America. Yeah, well, I've talked about this before about arming ourselves. I talked about that the NRA is a white supremacist organization. Smith & Wesson are a white supremacist organization. If we arm ourselves, it's cool. But the white supremacists can take our guns, right? The right to bear arms. They will take our guns as they see fit. So the answer to that, to counter that, would be we need to make and manufacture our own firearms. That's what we have to do. Owning is not enough because these white supremacists, they can make up they can change a law just like that and say niggers are not allowed to have firearms. And that's happened before. So owning our own, making our own firearms, owning the factories of these firearms, that is the answer. All right. They can't shut down no factories and stuff like that. And the other part would be is to have laws to protect us from laws to protect Black society of owning the firearms. The right to bear arms has nothing to do with Black folks. It's all about right to bear arms if you're classified as white or if you're classified as non-Black. That has nothing to do with Black folks. So, like I said, the firearm thing is cool, but man, they'll take our so-called guns away with the quickness unless we have laws to protect us and unless we own and control these gun and firearm manufacturers. That's the way around that. Yeah, NRA is the right arm for the KKK. Yeah, of course. Definitely. Yeah, this dude, Cesar Sayoc, man, he went after every Democratic front you could think of. Bring up the map real quick of what he went after. He went after let's see. Clinton, yeah, he went after Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, George Soros, Robert De Niro. Yeah, George Clinton. I mean, it's a whole bunch of people, man. Again, the job of a white supremacist, especially like this guy, Cesar Sayoc, is to dominate and just rule over other groups of people. Bottom line. Their job is to dominate. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, this guy, like I said, Cesar, this guy Cesar, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a copycat. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else will try to do the same thing and try to be more successful. A little bit more, I guess, uh, covert of what he's trying to do. But I'm pretty sure that there's been a lot of white supremacists who thought about doing this, and they saw this, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try doing the same thing, but a little bit different, right? So I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there thinking they want to try to do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. So, like I said, the thing about it is, man, I made a video a couple days ago about voting and voting for your local elections. And I said the power of our vote is not just voting, but having an agenda and putting money behind your agenda, money behind who you're supporting and putting in office. When you have an agenda and money behind what you're doing, you have power, right? And you can control the narrative of who you're putting in office. This ideology is nothing new. This is the same thing. This is the same thing that Dr. Claude Anderson talked about. The importance of controlling who you have in office with money, right? Claude Anderson said the same exact thing, and that's what other ethnic groups are doing. Like I said, if you notice, the Asian community and even the Jewish community, they have the lowest voter turnout, the lowest voter turnout. Why? Because for one, they already got what they needed, which is reparations. Number two, they're a protected group, and number three, um, they work together. Whenever they need something done, they come together as a group. They have a plan, an agenda, and they have money behind their agenda, right? And that's how they control the narrative, and that's how they stay a protected group. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when it comes to voting, man, we have to do that in terms of putting somebody in office, having an agenda, and putting money behind the agenda so that we can control the narrative and what we want as a group for Black society. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple. Just that simple. My son is coming. What do you want? You getting a snack? Go ahead. Yeah. So, like I said, family, just doing a live stream. I wanted to talk about this Cesar Sayoc cat who is from South Florida. Specifically, he lived in Aventura, Florida, and got arrested in, I believe, Hallandale or Plantation, Florida. Arrested by the FBI, and they arrested him within 48 hours. Um, Certainly not the smartest terrorist. That terrorist that killed himself in Texas, I believe. A little bit more covert. You know, anytime you mail something, don't track your ass. It's easy to track somebody mailing bombs and stuff like that. Everything is trackable, especially when you're buying stuff out of a store. All that shit can be traced, and that's what the FBI did. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, you know, this guy was a psychopath. I shouldn't say psychopath, but this guy was a white identity extremist that was not very smart in terms of his tactics. That's why he got caught in 2 days. You know, so but yeah, this is behavior that is accepted and enabled by Trump, aka Clockwork Orange. You know, he does these Klan rallies, and this is the type of behavior that gets ignored. You know, trying to literally destroy another um, another political party, as in the Democrats. And as you guys know, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I've been a nonpartisan for years, for 18 years to be exact. I've always been independent, and I think specifically Black society, we need to have our own independent political party for Black people. Period. Again, so if we don't have that kind of ideology, you know, if we can't agree upon that, then you know, it's going to be a long road ahead of us. But I've always been a nonpartisan type of dude. And I'm registered independent for 18 years. So I'm neither Republican or Democrat. I am nonpartisan. So what is that? Oh, you got more grapes. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. All right. So yeah, family. Like I said, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this white identity extremist bomber. His name is Cesar Sayoc. He's from Aventura, Florida, not too far from where I live. Got arrested in Plantation, Florida, and the FBI headquarters that's in Miramar, Florida, got this guy arrested within 48 hours. Right? That's why he got arrested so fast, because the headquarters of the FBI is in Miramar, Florida. Um, that's why you saw all these guys were wearing FBI jackets and stuff like that. There's a headquarters in Miramar, Florida, right off of I-75. And that building looks crazy too. Like in terms of how it's built, I've never seen a building like that. It's like I'm pretty sure it's got the top security in the world. You know, it's a very sophisticated looking building. If you ever seen it in person, it's like it looks crazy. Like I wonder how. I know you got to have like a top level security clearance to be in that building, and I'm pretty sure they got all kinds of technologies in there that's classified. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he got caught, and we'll learn more about this guy's. My biggest issue right now with this guy is, like I said earlier on the stream, my biggest issue with this guy right now is if he has a criminal record dating back 30 years, a criminal record, he's a registered Republican. If he has felony convictions, and that's a big if, how is this guy able to vote? If this guy has felony convictions, how is he able to vote as a registered Republican? How was he able to vote? And that's a big if he has felony convictions. So I want to learn more about his arrest record and if he has felony convictions. And again, like I said, Fox, the Fox News of the world, and um, all of these conservative-based mainstream media outlets are trying to spin this by saying these bombs weren't real. Their narrative is their whole logic is, oh well, the bombs didn't explode. Yeah. So they're going by the bombs didn't explode. The bombs are fake. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So the guy isn't real either, right? The guy Cesar Sayoc, who went to all of these Trump clan rallies, he's fake too, right? He's a robot. He's a drone or whatever the case may be. That guy wasn't real. He wasn't going to these Trump rallies, these Trump clan rallies, right? All that's fake too. See, that's the kind of narrative they're trying to spin, man. Fake hashtag fake news. No, this is real news. All that shit is real. You can't spin it. You can't change the narrative. He is a white identity extremist. He is a white supremacist. He is a Trump supporter, and he is a terrorist. Those are all facts. Those are all facts that nobody can deny. Nobody can. Those are all facts. So the whole spin doctor narrative by these outlets, saying this is fake news and the bombs are fake and all this stuff. No, this guy's very much real. He got arrested, and we're gonna learn more about his arrest record in the upcoming hours or days or whatever. So stop trying to downplay this shit. This is all a culture and a society that has been enabled by the Trump administration. Uh, Nobody can recall an administration that enables so much white supremacist rhetoric from a base of white supremacists that empowered this guy with a bunch of weirdos. There's going to be a whole bunch of Cesar Sayocs running around that will try to copy and mimic this behavior. Those are just facts. Uh, it's the I'm white and I say so narrative. Yeah, of course. Are you a fan of Andrew Gillum? Yes, I am a fan of Andrew Gillum because I'll tell you the simple reason is because he's black. Now, it's not just because he's black, but the difference between, like, for instance, when Trump and Hillary was running, right, for so-called president of the United States, I voted for neither one of them. Neither one of them, right? Because Hillary Clinton has a history of racism, 1994 crime bill, and all that stuff, and stealing billions of dollars from their so-called aid in Haiti. I can go on and on, of course, and of course, Trump is an over white supremacist. Well, I voted for neither one of them. Now, Gillum represents the state of Florida, and this has more to do with Florida, which is where which is where I live. Um, from what I'm seeing and his record, um, he doesn't appear, and I have not seen anything. He doesn't appear to be just using black folks or using the liberal base to try to siphon them. I haven't seen it as of yet. I understand the politics game and all that stuff. I understand that, but I don't see that with him. So I support Gillum, right? But I understand how politics works. He's trying to win his base, and he's trying to make sure that he has a liberal mind state where he's not offending people with so-called divisive rhetoric. So I understand the politics race. So he does not have a clear. He doesn't have no black agenda, right? He has ideologies for healthcare and um, you know um, insurance and stuff like that. That's on his website, but nothing specifically talking about issues that are facing Black society. And that's where we come in together collectively as a group, where we present our agenda to him and back it up with money. Right? That's what we have to come in and do, because that's what other groups do. Right? But I'd rather have him in office than uh, the other guy that's enabled by Trump, D'Souza. D'Souza is a guy that's backed up by a white supremacist, as in Trump. So I'd rather go for Andrew Gillum, get him in office, and then we come together collectively and present to him an agenda that we need to help protect Black society in the state of Florida. Right? So that's what we need. Um, are they beating the lone wolf narrative? Yeah, they're trying to say that the Cesar Sayoc dude, there may be other people involved. So I doubt it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there is, but I doubt. I think he's a lone wolf. But like I said, I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to spin this guy as a guy with mental health issues. Um, Apparently, he lived with his mother. This guy's like 56 years old, and I wonder how old his mother is. His mother got to be in her 80s or 90s. That's crazy. But he was living alone. He was living with his mom because he lost his home to foreclosure a few years back, and he was working as like some kind of restaurant manager or something like that, driving around in that damn van. So it is what it is. I saw a video he had to kiss the ring of Debbie Wasserman shows. I haven't seen it. I got to check that out. How do you feel about Megan Kelly getting fired? Will this backfire on all of us? Nah, she's gonna work another job. I already said in the video. I said I said what if she gets fired, and she did, they're gonna hire her. They're either gonna hire her back in Fox or some of the network, or she'll have her own streaming show. She's fine. Again, white people don't get fired; they get transferred. She is fine. It's called white privilege, aka white supremacy. They protect their own, and they look after each other. Remember, this is the same society where you can kill an unarmed black child at a park in cold blood, right? Get so-called investigated, and then get hired in the same police, in the same city with a different police force, right? So they again, she's fine. She'll find another job, and she'll be able to say the same rhetoric, and there'll be so-called fake outrage and whatever the case may be. She's fine. She'll find somewhere else to work. You know. So now they got Andrew Gillum talking about the MAGA bomber, hashtag MAGA bomber, as in Cesar Sayoc. So, like I said, I like Andrew Gillum. We just need to come together and present him an agenda for Black society and back it up with money. You know, it's more than just voting. It's about putting money behind your vote and having an agenda to match that money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to do. So, yep. So anyway, family, I'm about to close out in a couple minutes. Appreciate you guys for joining me in the live stream. Uh, Thank you for showing support. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Will you have any more discussions on the history of Christianity? I really enjoy those. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I will definitely do some more videos about Christianity, and what I like to do is I like to personalize it with how I grew up in a Christian household, how it affected me, and why I changed and what I discovered. So yeah, I'll definitely do more videos of that. And I'm still working on my Patreon page, so I may do some videos about that on my Patreon page as well. On top of what I do on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll definitely do more videos about that. That's why Supreme Court passed Citizens United. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Yeah. But yep, the mega bomber is arrested, and like I said, I would not be surprised if somehow, some way, there is a copycat. I think this guy worked alone, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, but I would suspect that someone else would try to do the same thing and try to eradicate all the Democrats, who have been out of the picture. But because this guy, because Trump does not denounce this kind of behavior in his Klan rallies, this is going to continue to happen. You know, I'm on Twitter and they're saying that this guy Caesar was threatening people on social media to kill them and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised by that, man. Again, this is his supporters. This is Trump's supporters. Crazed white identity extremists who should not be in in normalized society. They need to be locked up on an island. His whole base does. You know, welcome President Trump. Like I said, this guy was, according to his profile picture, a stripper. He was a male stripper, a pro wrestler, and some kind of restaurant worker. You know, so not surprised by this at all. You know, they're saying he was a Trump. No, he still is a Trump super fan because his van clearly still has all that stuff on there. They confiscated that van and put it right back in the FBI headquarters to kind of look for more evidence of those bombs and stuff like that. So, all right, so family, I'm about to head out of here, family. Appreciate you guys for joining me on this live chat. Be on the lookout for more live streams. Just make sure you hit that bell notification icon on there. Borders are the biggest domestic terrorists in America. Yes, for sure. I have not seen any other president with this kind of base of people that is so overtly racist, so overtly showing white supremacy. I've not seen it since probably, of course, I wasn't alive. Maybe it happened in, during the Jim Crow era where racism, overt racism was the norm, but I have not seen it in my lifetime. And I'm living in it, or we're living in it right now, where an overt racist president, an overt white supremacist president, with an overt white supremacist, white identity extremist base. Haven't seen nothing like it. Haven't. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family, thank you for joining me. I'm about to head out of here. Be on the lookout for another live stream. I may do another one on Saturday or Sunday, but hit that bell notification icon. All right, family. Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.